Welcome to sixth session of Power Electronics and Instrumentation subject with the subject code 18EC36 which comes in third semester, and we were discussing with the first module called Introduction to Power Electronics and Thyristor, and in the previous session we were discussing about the different power semiconductor devices like diodes, transistors and thyristors, and in the next previous sessions we were discussing with the different types of thyristors and particularly the SCR. We studied about the gate characteristics of the SCR and how to turn on, what are the turn on techniques, and we discussed about the turn off techniques and how to turn off this transistor. And in the previous session we were discussing about the two different turn off techniques with a natural commutation of class A and class B called as a forced commutation by using the different loads, by resonating the load and by using the LC circuit. And in the today's session, that is in the sixth session, we will discuss about the triggering, a gate triggering circuit of a thyristor, and these are the contents. In this gate triggering circuit, there are three kinds of circuits will occur. The first one will be the resistance firing circuit, and second one will be the resistance capacitance firing circuit, and third one will be the UJT firing circuit. And in the next session we will discuss about the UJT firing circuit, and in sixth session, that is in today's session, we will discuss about the resistance firing and the resistance capacitance firing kind of circuit. And before entering into this resistance triggering and the resistance capacitance triggering, we will discuss about the firing. What is the firing angle? And here the circuit shows we are applying some voltage to the SCR which is connected, that is one thyristor is connected with a positive voltage, that is anode is connected to positive terminal and cathode is connected to the negative terminal through the load, where R acts as the load. Here we can obtain the output voltage, that is V0, and here is the current which is flowing through this SCR to the load is I0, and this is the voltage at the thyristor, that is denoted with Vt. And here we are applying a signal with a Vs, where Vs indicates the sign input and passing through this thyristor with a I0 current and a V0 voltage at the load R. And the output from this circuit is denoted in the next graph, that is Vs, that is the input voltage which is applied to this SCR, where during this interval only the diode is conducting, SCR is not conducted. This gives the SCR is not entered into the on state. And in this, by applying this input voltage Vs, it provides the information about the gate current. And before discussing with this gate current graph, we will discuss with respect to the previous circuit. Here the SCR is powered bias and gate signal is applied at Wt at the interval of omega t, which is equal to alpha. We are applying the gate signal at the interval that is denoted at the second graph with the alpha value. Omega t is, we are applying the gate signal at the alpha value. So SCR will turn on and it will start conducting. Due to this gate, the SCR will start conducting. So this angle at which the gate signal is applied to the SCR, that is gate to cathode terminal. We are applying the gate signal of the SCR from the gate to cathode terminal is called as the firing angle. And the application of this gate signal is also called as the firing of SCR. Application of this gate signal to the SCR is nothing but the firing angle, which is denoted with alpha, and this causes the firing pulses. This is the application of the gate signal, and this pulse is referred as a firing pulses. And coming to this waveform, this gives the information about the complete What about the input? Where Vs indicates the input, it's the application of the input signal with the value of Vm into sine omega t. And the second graph indicates the application of the gate signal. It's from the gate and the cathode, where omega t with a firing angle of alpha. At this angle we are providing the gate signal, that is indicated with the firing pulses. And the next third waveform indicates the output voltage. By applying this gate signal till the application of this firing angle or the gate signal, this will be at the 0. Once we apply this firing pulse, then this will start conducting. The SCR will enters into the on state. So this curve indicates. Similarly, if there is no firing pulse for the negative input, there is no output. Once again, for the next positive half cycle, we are applying the next firing pulse. That is, the gate signal is applied at the next angle. Then we are getting the output which is equal to Vm, where the time interval plus 2 pi plus alpha. This is the alpha plus pi, and this is 2 pi plus alpha. Similarly, for the next further cycles. And the final waveform, that is the fourth waveform, indicates the output current which is flowing at the load. It's a V by R, the maximum voltage Vm divided by R. It gives the output current. So these are the information. This 4 pulses gives the information about the input voltage, about the gate current, that is the application of the gate signal, and the output voltage due to this firing pulses, and the current. And coming to the actual topics, that is first one called resistance firing circuit. Just now we discussed about the firing angle. It's the application of the gate signal from the cathode to the gate and the cathode terminal. So here we have connected the gate and the cathode terminal. In between that we have connected the resistance. So it's a circuit called as a resistance firing circuit. This is the input, AC input, that is VAC indicates the input which is applied to this SCR, where SCR is connected in series with the input, and in between that we are having an option of switch, and one diode we have implemented, and one resistance. This resistance is connected with the gate terminal, that's why it is called as a gate resistance or R1. And one more, it is the resistance which is connected between the gate and the cathode terminal, called as RGK, with some value of 1 kilo ohm. And here this resistance is between the G and K, that is the gate and the cathode. And for the anode we have connected with a positive supply of the input voltage, and there is one lamp which is operating at some value. And this is the anode current which is flowing at the anode terminal. And coming to the explanation of this resistance triggering circuit, the previous diagram shows the resistance triggering circuit. Here one resistance R1 which limits the current through the gate of the SCR. This limits the current through the gate of the SCR. And the second resistance is a variable resistance which is added to the circuit to achieve the control over the triggering angle of the SCR. The one more which is used to control the triggering angle of the SCR. The other one which is used to limit the current through the gate of the SCR. And here the resistor R is a stabilizing resistor, and the diode is required to ensure that there is no negative voltage. There is no negative voltage which reaches the gate circuit in order to ensure that. That's why we have connected the diode D1. There is no negative voltage, and one is to limit the flow of the gate current, and one more is to provide the information about the to achieve the controlling over the triggering angle, how much triggering of the SCR. So this is the information about the resistance firing circuit. It is through the resistance circuit. And the next topic is a RC triggering circuit. Not only R as well as C has been connected to trigger this SCR. As usual, the triggering circuit, this SCR has been connected to the load as well as the input, and in between that there is a diode D1 is connected. D1 and D2 are employed, and in between the junction of D1 and D2 we have connected the R and the C, that is the resistance and the capacitance, that is the triggering. And here the capacitor C in the circuit is connected to shift the phase of the gate voltage, and the first diode is used to prevent the negative voltage from the reaching the gate cathode of the SCR. And in the negative half cycle, the capacitor charges to the peak negative voltage of the supply, that is millivolts, through the diode D2. And here the capacitor maintains this voltage across it till the supply voltage crosses the zero. As the supply becomes positive, the capacitor charges through resistor R from initial voltage of millivolts to a positive value when the capacitor voltage is equal to the gate trigger. Here the voltage of the SCR is fired and the capacitor voltage is clamped to a small positive value. So this is indicated by the voltage waveform, and this gives the circuit explanation. The next slide gives the circuit explanation of the connecting the capacitor in order to trigger this circuit to cause the firing of the gate across the anode and the cathode and the gate and the cathode terminal. And the next one is the voltage waveform. It gives the information about how this capacitor voltage is applied at the input. This indicates the input waveform, that is ES, and the EL indicates the application of the firing angle. This causes this triangular kind of shape causes the firing pulses with the help of the RC triggering, and this is up to the RC triggering and the R triggering firing circuit. Thank you. In the next session we will discuss about the UJT firing circuit.